That will be an interesting one for the next weekend.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
But in any case, I believe we have Evening here.
Hello.
Hey, Evening.
So Evening will be following us for the Mappools Showcase 2. He's one of the map selectors for those who don't know, and he will be introducing the first map in just a moment.
That's right, and I'm gonna give this commentary over to Juan and Evening as I bow out for now. But thank you for tuning in, everyone who's watching on Twitch, and see you later.
Have a good one, man.
Right, so I believe we have the first map on stream already. So this will be the first pick, and it's actually my map. So as you can see at the intro, we have a lot of 1H streams running at 300 BPM 1/4, which is pretty fast, I suppose. So we have these map difficulty building up here right to the chorus where everything just goes haywire. So right before the chorus we will see a specific SV which might trip up players because the SV goes up to 1.2, which is quite fast for most people here. So right before that we have some little LN gimmicks here. So we will approach the SV here, 1.2, which is quite fast for most people. As you can see, a lot of polyrhythms running in the Kai here. A lot of trills, a lot of graces on the right hand and also on the left hand.
Did we mention the name of the map?
Do we? It's Swamp Thing, the Tweakers Edit. Yeah, so that's
I really
map.
like the song. It's a really cool one.
Yeah, it's really groovy. So more jacks coming up here, a lot of graces on the left hand, and yeah, just really fun map to play through. But I believe it's going to trip out a lot of players if they miss one note. It's definitely a place where you can just combo break, rush everything if you miss one note.
Yeah, it seems to be a map that it's such an it is definitely on the speed side, but the patterning that it uses, it's like, I wouldn't really call it mind blockable, but it's like if you mess up a node, you can just mess up the complete rest of the pattern, as you were mentioning. Like having those grace nodes that you have, they are quite tricky to get accuracy on as well, and if you try too hard, you might as well drop combo.
Oh yeah, definitely. We're going to approach the second chorus here, which is going to use a different patterning. So this will be chord streaming plus jacks. So it is going to be much more difficult than the previous one, where if you miss one note, you're just going to miss the whole section.
Yeah, it kind of gives you a little break over there, but still keeping that jack theme. So, and it kind of like speeding up, or it's just my screen that is freezing a little bit.
Oh yeah, it's speeding up to 1.2 times the actual speed.
Wow.
So yeah, this will be the first pick by us. Hope you enjoyed that. So next.
Yeah, that seems to be it for Swamp Things, and we're ready to jump into the second selection, which is the one that I will introduce. This is overall, right? Am I right?
Yes, overall.
Long no flashbacks. If I had nightmares with this map on 4K, I cannot even think the possibilities on the 7-key version of it. Lowest OD judgment in the pool, as I am reading right here, this is 5 OD, so getting a rainbow ratio is not that complicated, but given the long node style of patterning, it's probably going to be hard enough anyways.
Yeah, definitely. 17 VAR likes to map a lot of LM maps, and the thing about LM maps is that they tend to get really tricky if you overlap a lot of these LNs together. Makes it really complex and hard to read, and even you can slip up on one note if you hit your keyboard too hard. So yeah,
man.
introducing a lot of LN streams. The density starts to pick up right here, and yeah,
some of those releases are really cruel.
Definitely really cruel there. So we have denser chord streams right after the chorus here.
Oh, that's pretty dense. Yeah, I see some 4-note chords and 5-note chords in the middle.
So
definitely
yeah,
really dense.
Even more LNs. Hope you enjoy this.
Yeah, why not? Get some shields in the middle of streams. Not a big deal. Good luck releasing.
Oh wait, it gets better. So yeah, second chorus. We have mini jacks everywhere.
Well, at least the full long note sections aren't that challenging. Like, yeah, they're hard to read, but if you're not that weak in that regard, pressing them shouldn't be that hard. It's more about like releasing, and they have a consistent length for what I can see in general, unless there is like one that you have to keep a little bit longer. Shouldn't be that hard. Well, that is probably too hard. Yeah, like that one just before the break, that is complicated.
Yeah, and don't worry, it still gets better. It gets way harder.
The third chorus.
Yeah, that's the third chorus, so
Oh no. Oh, those mini jack.
it's beautiful. I love this map.
I mean, it definitely looks really fun, but I won't be able to play this in a long time until I just get good at this game.
Yeah, apologies in
God.
advance for people who don't want to play LM maps. We took your feedback on too many LM maps and we just added more LM maps, so
That's rude, man.
map pool.
Well, the thing about this one is that it's really an heavy focus. Like, that is a good thing, because before this, in the other maps, like in the other map pools, we had a lot of maps that were like long note-ish, but it was more of a mix. This is like full LN material, so it will definitely benefit those teams that are okay with long notes, but it might, like, if you're just not good enough at long notes, you just ban this, and hopefully the other picks won't be too mixed compared to the previous pool. I'm not too sure because I didn't see them all.
Right, we're jumping into the next map, I believe. We have Monotune Respect by DJ Worm. So this is going to be an SV map by Pope Gadget. It's going to be really, really interesting at the second half. Be sure to watch out for the gimmicks, because I have never seen a gimmick like this before, I believe. So it's going to be really, really fun for us viewers. Not the people playing, just for us viewers. So this map runs at a BPM of 186. And intro patternings are not too hard. We have a lot of stops here and there, making it a memorization map to a certain extent, but it gets way better at the ending.
I'm watching those stars. Oh, they're glorious.
They're absolutely beautiful. I'm just gonna let that 10 times SV sink in for a bit.
Whoa, whoa. What was that?
Take note of the LN placements before the 10 times speed, and you'll notice there is a specific patterning that Pope Gadget wants to elicit here.
Oh, is he really using the teleports with the sack long nose you used before?
Yes, yes.
Oh my goodness, that's so clever.
Yeah, that's great. But who will pick this would be the question.
Well, this definitely looks like one of the riskier picks out there. It has a little bit of everything. It also has really, really challenging SVs. So don't really see this one being picked that often. Like this and Overo so far are really banned material, but we have to see until the next ones.
So yeah, the next one is for you, right?
I believe so. If I can actually find the... I can actually find the map, so I'm just going to introduce it. This is also one of the well-known songs of Mania, Heliquins, the Clown of 24 Stairs. This is the Black and Other difficulty. It's a map by Ankle. In general, once again, the speed-oriented selection. This is 172 BPMs, but it runs quite a lot of bursts in 1/6 snaps. So it has that like it gets up to 300 and around at 350, I believe, when they use the 1/8 burst. But in general, it's just like technical stuff because it has a lot of piano bursts and I believe some mini jacks during some core streams in this. So this seems to be one of the challenging speed maps of the pool, but I will call this more of a like a technical challenge because it's most just about the burst, really. Like I expect this pool to be hard enough to make this map complicated only due to the burst and the speed that you require to do well on it.
We are in like 1/3 of the map already. We have seen a lot of bursts going in at 1/6 and 1/8. All these piano and all these mini jacks here really will trip most players off. So we can see a lot of bursts coming in at the second section here, and we're not even half done. This map looks really just looking to just butcher every single team out there. A lot of streams going in and out here, and all these mini jacks just really hard to control. So yeah, we have a denser pattern going in here at the second chorus. Yeah, we have more mini jacks. Man, this map is just so diverse in the right section here that it's just going to be one of the picks that just will help the teams that specialize in rice more, I guess.
Well, I can tell those bursts looks really mind blockable. Like those rolls in the middle of like the chords look really weird to like once you play them once and you play it twice and you miss because you try to memorize them and you just mind block them. Because like trying to figure out when you have to actually snap the notes in a different speed, kind of like Everlasting Message of Group Stage but on a really harder level.
Yeah, okay, so like a lot of trills coming in right here. You miss one note, you're gonna miss the whole trill, which is great. That's why we picked this map. We just want you to miss everything, so fun. Just more mini jacks. It's fine. It's totally fine.
We know what we're doing.
Yes, we know what we're doing. Oh god, these mini jacks. Man, these patterns are really brutal. It's really... I don't think it's that mind blockable, but it takes a hell lot of skill to nail these.
In general, this is like a jack of all trades map. Like maybe you don't really need too much of a long no advantage, but this is a map that you will usually pick if you think you're just overall stronger than the opponent. Otherwise, you want to avoid it at all costs.
Definitely, it's going to favor the Rice teams better. So next we have Morgan Glad 2012. I think it will be a flashback. The song choice will be a flashback to Mania World Cup 4K, I believe.
Yes.
So this will be a consistency pick. It will be a hybrid chart with equal amount of notes. Equal amount of single notes and elements. And we have a lot of patterns coming in. It just never lets up. I don't think there will be like just one break in the middle and just keeps on going at 190 BPM chord streaming for 2 minutes straight, it's definitely going to butcher your stamina by the end of it. So starting off the chart with a lot of symmetrical patterning. Now we approach the LN section with LNs and notes combined to create these just complexity, such that most players will just drain out in their mental stamina and their focus at this point. But the map just doesn't let up. After this, it's just going to butcher you with more and more 190 BPM streams.
Well, let's be fair. Right here with this longer section, it looks super hard to read, I'm not gonna lie. But it kind of functions like some sort of break for your stamina, because it is less dense, like it's not as dense as the rest of the chart, but you probably find a lot of misses into that, just due to the hard, like the skill, the reading skill you need for them, and the speed that you require as well. As I think they have like kind of an aqua puttering that requires you some, like a specific finger motion that it's stamina draining as the rest of the chart, but you have like that, like 1-4 or 1-2 break in the middle that kind of helps you to recover stamina a little bit. But like you just get into this part once again, and it's just double court stream, I think it's called. I'm not sure.
It was just
double
like
stream,
streaming.
yeah, double stream, yeah, double stream. That makes most. Yeah, but coming from a long no map from Forky into such a, I don't know how to. What is the proper word to describe this map? It just seems like really hard, but I don't know the exact word.
It's consistency.
Might well be consistency. I was thinking about something more brutal, honestly, but. So let's see for the next one. We have we have Over the Flood or Flood. I'm not sure how you pronounce that word.
Over the Flood, right?
The Flood, yeah, that makes more sense. So this is probably one of those maps that we might end up seeing fails on it, due to the HP 9 that it has. So it's kind of hard to recover. But in general, this is like one of those picks that just drains you out. This is a 4 minutes and 14 seconds. Even though it might not be as stamina draining as the previous one, it just burns your mind because it's so long and has such a high OD and HP. You need to be focused on every single second, because your ratio and your accuracy will just drop if you don't.
Yeah, definitely. We are just approaching these mini jacks right here. It's just gonna get way harder at this point. I mean, it just doesn't, decrease in difficulty until the end of the map. It's quite an interesting concept here.
Yeah, it's like if you're at the level to keep it up, you're fine. But if not, you're just going to suffer. This doesn't give you any chances. Like, what it seems to be so far is just like really dense core streaming in general, but you have some sort of breaks in the middle, like you come from core jumping, as I think, like that probably doesn't make much sense, but play my Forky terminology, you have some sort of 1-4 breaks in the middle, but every now and there you have those like bursts in 1/8, and at this BPM that is no joke. Like it is at 194 BPM, so it goes up to around 400. So it's fast enough to trip a lot of players. And like,
Yeah,
like
definitely.
Evan mentioned it, there's no brakes. This train has no brakes.
It just keeps on going, and the density just picks up at the halfway mark, and man, it just doesn't let up. The thing about this map is that there's a lot of transitions between chords and rolls, such that you just drain out all your transition stamina, I guess you can say that. The more transitions that the map has, I notice, is that the more transitions it has, the more stamina draining it will be in the end. So as you can see, there's a lot of transitions between the rolls and the bracketing, which makes it really uncomfortable for players to play it. Now as you can see, just the density of this map. Peaks are around here with even more 1A bursts. Just absolutely brutal.
Oh my goodness, those birds.
Yeah, the bursts are meant to, structured such in a way that you kind of roll inwards like a pyramid.
Like a triangle. Half-Life 3 confirmed.
Oh no, how do you link that?
I don't know, man.
Yeah, this will be the outro here. And it's not going to pick up density here, so it's just going to be... I'm just going to seal the deal if the teams can't keep up here.
Well, at least it gives you like some sort of break at the very end, so you can like press the tab button and see if you're winning.
I'm pretty sure people do that. So next map, we have the
Oh
LM
my
map.
god! Why I didn't get to present this one?
Now you have
Go for
another
it.
LM map.
No, but
Yes.
it's not the LN. The song, I love this.
Oh, this you like the song, right? But well, going back to the
Go for it.
showcase. Going back to the showcase, we have an LM map by Cup Shinkai Shoujo. So this is going to be the what do you call it? Medium difficulty LN map out of the pool. As you can see right off the bat, we have a lot of inverses on the left hand and just so many awkward
The releases.
just
Oh,
man, it's really easy to just lose control now. Coming into the first part here, we have Alan's focused on the columns 1, 3, 5, 7, making it really uncomfortable to read, and it is really hard to pair up the notes of the LN starts and LN ends.
well, but like the fact that this is actually such a low BPM doesn't help at all. It actually does the opposite thing, because with such a low BPM, the releases are even harder because, like, the length of the long notes are not small enough to just staccato them, like pressing and releasing it fast enough, so it comes like a normal note. Not at all. With a low BPM, you have to pay attention into every single one of these releases and time them properly. So it's like playing two notes at the same time, like one pressing, one releasing.
Yeah, it gets really confusing after time, and the map just doesn't stop. I mean, this is just absolutely brutal, but this is going to be really, it's going to be a really good pick for those who can handle LM maps well. I can see that a lot of people will fail on consistency at this point. And, all of these LN ends and just... I'm not sure what's the HP here, but LN maps just butchers your HP no matter how low it is. It just has a tendency to, just combo break rush everything. I'm just coming to the end here. We have just simple LNs, not too hard. We still have reverse shields on the LNs here, but the map just says no and just adds more LNs, and yeah, that's good. That's good. You have inverse LNs in the break. Yeah.
I love this. Like the song is amazing. I even mapped this for Forky. I really like the song, and it being a long no map, it just makes it better.
Yeah, it's definitely better if you're watching it. So complexity of the LN. I do believe it doesn't really increase in complexity at this point. It's quite consistent in difficulty. Okay, never mind. I said wrong. It's just okay, there's more inverses now. I remember wrongly. But yeah, that will be the LN pick for us here. And we still have more LN picks, so don't worry. We will just add more LNs.
Oh my god, the next one.
Yeah, the next one is interesting. Very, very interesting.
Why do I get to introduce this one? Anyways, we are ready for Anime World Cup 2017 once again. I mean, this is not really an anime song, it's just the background, but you get me. In any case, this is from DJ Sharpnel. This is Tactical Railroad, Destruction Difficulty from God 200 BPM streaming. But I will call this to be close to be a speed pick too.
Yeah, we initially wanted this to be a speed pick, but we realized it's like 4 minutes, so I mean, we can just put it on both categories, but we put it on consistency because it kind of stands out more.
It's like, take the definition of a jump string, move it into 7 key, and you get this type of maps. Stamina, speed, consistency, testing mostly those skill sets.
Yeah, the thing about this map is that God tier, I'll just say this map name is just God tier. Maps such that you have a lot of anchors. So all of these trills that come from anchors kind of makes it really stamina intensive and really hard transitions. As you can see, a lot of 1-3-2s, 5-7-6. A lot of 1-2 trills here and a lot of 6-7 trills. It makes it really, really uncomfortable to play through, even though it looks, you know, simple in density.
Yeah, it definitely looks like simpler than what it actually is. But those trills you're mentioning from 6-7 are a pain in general. Like when you have to do something with your ring finger that involves like trilling or anchoring, that hurts.
Yeah, definitely. It's not fun, but we picked this, so we have to play anyway. So, yes, you have to pick, you have to play it. Yeah, fun. Well, I mean, like,
to be fair, I mean, I hope some people enjoy playing this kind of stuff. Like, it just cannot be that no one enjoys it.
Like, the Mappools is structured such that you want to ban everything, so if they do enjoy it, it's kind of like a forced way of enjoying it, because they don't have anything else to pick.
I find it fun that you are like ghost tapping in a weird way in the break on this.
Yeah, I mean, well, gotta keep the adrenaline going, I guess. So yeah, Mappools selectors are slightly sadistic. Not sorry. Not sure who picked this, but I'm pretty sure it's like Kami or something. Pretty sure, yes. So you can just blame Kami for picking this. It just drains your stamina so much for the second chorus because it picks up in density, and that's like saying that the first chorus is already quite hard to play. Now you have the second chorus, which is more dense, and it includes even more uncomfortable patterns and includes bursts as well. So man, this is really hard. This is a really hard map to get consistent on, even though we just place on consistency. Just good luck, I guess. Right, so approaching the end of the map, we have just lighter quad streaming here. Nothing too too hard, but the problem is that if your stamina is drained out by this point, you're just gonna miss everything, I guess.
Yeah, it happens a lot when you're like out of stamina and the song keeps like getting slower or easier. You just miss completely everything due to the you're releasing your stress already, but it's not over yet. So you have to pay attention on that.
Yeah, the ending patterns are interesting, to say the least.
Oh yeah, those kind of like rolls and bursts, they are interesting.
So for the next map, I believe it's my time to introduce it. So I'm lucky to be able to introduce this because this is a really interesting map. SV maps, as you can see right off the bat, it's pretty fun. It's no money down, low monthly payments. Nero's Day at Disneyland. Now all of these SVs just, mimic the sound of the, clock ticking. Pretty interesting concept, but the thing is that it has this characteristic where it fakes a higher hit position just because it puts a higher value SV right after the lower value SV, so that your hit positions will seemingly feel higher. The one way to counter this would be to use audio cue, but then again, it's this is quite easy to time with audio cue, so I might as well just do that. So the SV effects kind of die down at this point. So we have even more graces and mini jacks coming in.
What is this? This is too brutal, man. Wow.
This is okay. I mean, it may sound bizarre, but I managed to nail this in like 2 tries. I got like a nice 7 or something. That's fine.
I wanted to map a super technical map for 4-key out of this song, but I didn't end up having a time. But watching this, I'm just like, I just want to make an SV1 now.
It's such a interesting SV map. Pretty sure you can just like bribe Seal to kind of give you the SVs or something like that. Probably will work. You just get more graces, more rigid SVs here. Pretty sure you have to memorize those. Yeah, more mini jacks and introducing even more Ellens with a lot more polyrhythms here. Tons of rolls, tons of sweeps.
Doesn't this have like 9 HP?
Oh yes, this has 9 HP. Yeah, okay, yeah, good luck. Good luck.
Oh, God.
You either nail it or you don't. Have fun.
Anyways, for the next one, we have an interesting selection here. Another song that I know from Standard mostly, and I like it quite a bit, is Chikyu Saigo no Kokuhaku wo Seno Core Difficulty. So I believe this is your map too? Not too sure.
No, it's not my map, it's Zenonia's
Oh,
map.
it's not. Okay, so no, yes, okay. That makes sense too, but I always just want to make sure. So this is the lowest HP drain on the pool, and this is a long note map, so it's a good combination. It usually makes sense to have low HP drain when you have a lot of long notes. But in any case, this is just long notes, really. That's not much that we can really say. The patterning on the long notes that we just saw in the intro are pretty fast and complex, but other than that, it's just break into chorus, into break, into chorus. Like this sections, even though it has some sort of long notes ability that you require, like some sort of coordination, it's not as challenging as most of the stuff we saw so far. The problem will likely be the chorus, or more like the pre-chorus sections as well. If they are mapped as I expect, yeah, there are the SVs. A little bit of an SV and long note coordination, but still not that complicated enough. The main thing goes from the chorus as it gets into streaming while holding.
Well, the thing about this map is that it gets progressively harder and harder. I mean, the next chorus will get harder because there will be more inverses, and the last chorus is just absolutely... It's just crazy. Just put it simply.
Kinda like Oboro.
Yeah, it's kind of like a similar structure. Cue a lot of inverse Ellens.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, so we enter the break here, I believe. Just the calm before the storm. Hey, we have the second build up. It's an anime song, so we need a build up before the... Yes. It's the same structure, so... predictable. So yeah, even more elements. As you can see, a lot of inverse streams going on here. Everything just, man, it's just really hard to read everything here. Are you just mind blown, one?
I just exploded for a little bit.
Oh no!
I mean, I'm just waiting for I'm just waiting for the last chorus, honestly. Like, you just said it was going to be super brutal, so I just cannot wait for it.
Oh
but
yeah, you'll be in for a treat here.
Oh, those long notes are cruel. I mean, even though they don't look that hard, they are really, really cruel.
And the thing is that it looks visually easy, but when you play it, it's just so hard for some reason.
I mean, it makes sense. We can go in detail and explain them, but we don't really have too much time. This is more about showcasing, talking a little bit about the map. But I really want to see the last chorus, and we're about to get into it. And I see why you said that. Okay. I mean,
yeah, it's fun.
Can you really call this inverse? I don't think you can call this inverse. It's just like long nose streaming and shields and wow.
Yeah, the patterns.
I think.
Yeah, that's
but then you have the ending.
Oh my god, the ending is just inverse everywhere.
That is an inverse. Yeah, that's a hard inverse. The trails as well. Like, the trails with the long nose are really hard as well. And overall, this map is no joke at all. 3 exclusively long nose picks already, so good stuff.
Yeah, definitely. So next map, we have Fort Escape remixed by GMT and Extreme Z4. This will be aggressive HC mix and is mapped by Spoon Guy, I do believe.
Spoon Guy, yes, he is.
So yeah, right off the bat we have a really aggressive intro. That pun is not intended. So yeah, Jax, fun. I mean, the only hard Jax will be at the intro, I believe. And the map is quite consistent in terms of patterning, running at a BPM 183. Just similarly, you know, density, quad streaming here. You have the burst coming in with like brackets or webbing. I don't know what you guys call that, but I just call it brackets.
Yeah, I think bracket is an accurate distinction.
So yeah, the map, you know, similar to most maps, it gets harder at the end. Just like build up here, as you can see, a lot of bracketing here, a lot of you know, graces here. We have a lot of polyrhythms coming in with a lot of sweeps, left and right. Everything just feels so condensed.
It's like it's all compressed into like a second. Like, in a second you have like a million of notes. Of course not a million, but it's an approximation. It has to be like 1,000,001.
Oh my goodness. Oh no. Alright, so at the end chorus here we have the, you know, the density build up here with even more chord streaming and some mini jacks.
Those mini jacks are totally disgusting. Holy crap.
So yeah, this will be it for Extreme Z4. Really interesting map. Oh, your next map will be very interesting.
I cannot wait to introduce this. Is this the lower star rating of the whole pool? Like, only in case you didn't have enough fun with the SVs, we have another one, Sakura Suite this time. It's a map by Akka, so you can expect something already. Like, the name Akka speaks by himself a little bit. And this is one of those maps that use timing points based at SVs, am I right?
Yeah, so have you seen this map before?
I didn't, so I'm really looking forward to it. Reading just the description, having some 0 BPM SVs is something that I'm really interested on seeing. I saw this kind of tricks in the 4K World Cup. Oh god, this is amazing.
Lovely, absolutely lovely.
Oh, I
So,
cannot
yeah,
wait
we
this to be
took-
picked.
So we took the feedback that we don't have enough SV picks, so we just put an SV pick.
I mean, that works. Like, in general, I think it was lacking at 1 pick of SVs, and this time around you have like 3 of them already, so pretty balanced overall. Like, you have 3 really heavy long no maps, 3 heavy SV maps so far, and 2, I think, speed-oriented maps, and the rest is just consistency in general. So I believe this is more balanced than what we saw on the previous rounds, in terms of testing more different skill sets and not all combined into the same thing. We still have like 2 more maps though on the tiebreaker, so we have to see with that too.
So yeah, we have the sine wave SVs here. Pretty interesting.
Oh, this is a
Hey,
replay by Lucas. Ha!
Yeah, we made him grind really hard for some reason. Just blame Kami. Yeah, great stops right here. I hope you get the whole thing memorized, else you're not going to get full combo here. I mean, if you do get a full combo, you have a great advantage over most teams. Considering the combo component in Score V2, you definitely get an edge over most people here if you manage to full combo this.
Well, there is one trick that might help some players, I think, but not really. It really depends on the section. But at least in the first stops, you have like the white lines, like those that mark like the measures or in the rhythm of the BPM. If you just follow them, you know when there is a stop if you know the beat a little bit. So in general, most of the stops are taking place in those white lines, so that can be a thing that some players can use.
Yeah.
Like the SPs are hard to read, but they're pretty straightforward in the music. Like, if you know the music a lot and you like it, it shouldn't be that hard.
Alright, we're going into the next map here. It will be Tool right in 2, and it's another map by Pope Gadget. So this map will be running at a speed of, let's see, 126 speed.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's going to be just, slow chord streaming most of the time. It's going to be a technical mixed map here, and it's interestingly a low HP pick, even though I expected, some high HP pick here. I mean, high HP of the map here, because it's not too spiky in terms of map structure. So yeah, we intro in with some Ellens, not too hard. Running at 126 is not too difficult. The thing about this map is that it introduces a lot of roles and just mini Ellens that will screw you over if you don't time them correctly. All these mini Ellens are just difficult in 12v2, just because you have to time the ending well. Of course, if you do accidentally press these too long, you'll definitely get a miss. As you can see, a lot of polyrhythms coming into it. In terms of mini jacks at 126, though it may visually look easy, combine this with polyrhythms and rolls, you'll just trip up quite easily, considering there's a lot of Ellens by the side too. So yeah, that would be the first part of the map, with just patterns that would just
Yeah, I saw some sort of jacking theme every now and there, especially in like the ring finger eventually. That seems to be a point where I can see some players breaking. Even though the BPM is not that fast, it is still like challenging enough to make players drop.
Yeah, the thing about this is that it's really easy to trip over most of these polyrhythms and Ellen sections. So the Ellen sections will get seemingly harder at the end. Now you just approach 1/6 rolls, I believe, or 8. I'm not sure, but these rolls test your speed and ability to control these keys and try to.
Yeah, probably more control, because getting accuracy on 1/6 in 226 BPM is not that fast. So I will call more like a control theme.
Yeah, it's just be wary to not overstream it or something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, approaching the ending here, we have a lot more inverses, a lot more shields, just rolling into the map. That will be the outro of Right Into. Quite an interesting pick. We have an equal balance of rice and noodles. Pretty tasty. Oh yeah, have fun with the next map 1.
You did left me these names in purpose, right? Oh well, we have from Jukono and Ayaponsu. This is not Super Nuka War. This is Kimi to Watashi no Hitori Goto, and it's a map by Shiro.
Yeah, so you nailed it.
I'm getting better at this, man. This is a relaxed difficulty, and I'm pretty sure this is not relaxing at all.
So,
and
yeah,
this seems to be like a long no heavy map in general, but more into the consistent sides. As some of these releases are pretty complicated, to be fair. Yeah, this is pretty challenging. Oh god.
Yeah, the LN overlaps here just makes it really hard to read and release correctly at this point.
Oh man, no, those LN pairings are just disgusting. Oh, I mean in a good way. If you just see them, they look like impossible to understand. But like, I don't know, man. This is just, I cannot follow them. Like, I think this is the first time that I'm not being able to follow the long no maps on the 7-key pool. Like, not even talking about reading them. I'm just not being able to follow them.
The interesting thing about LM maps is that if you combine it with a barrage of single nodes, it becomes so much harder to read. If you just convert all these single nodes into just small LNs, it just it magically makes it really easy to read for some reason.
Well, I will assume because if you have only long nodes, you can see that the node is larger, so you don't necessarily have to be looking at the spot where the long node starts. You can just see at whatever point, and you see that the node is coming. But if you don't have a long node, you have to keep looking at the position of the start of the long node, making it so when you have more long nodes coming, you have to like go up and down if you don't really know how to master the technique of like long node reading in general. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I guess so. And we had approached the second chorus here with a lot more mini jacks and just tons of inverses. It makes it so complicated. Man, I don't know why you picked this, but it's a pretty fun map, so we picked it, I guess.
I mean, I can see a lot of persons having issues with this short long nodes because I'm not sure if they are short enough to be like staccato and like just press and release at the same time. But I think you will still get a combo break in most cases, or at least a bad judgment.
I think it's short enough, but the problem here is that there's a lot of mini jacks that you might miss if you don't, if you can't read this. There's a lot of mini jacks in the middle of these LNs, which makes it so hard to control. If you just miss the mini jack here, everything after would just be catastrophic. Now we just approach the third chorus. Even more LNs. That's great.
Well, I mean, I'm reconsidering my ban choices, and I'm likely going to ban this if I have the chance.
Alright, so the ending. So much LNs. Man, quite ridiculous. We'll see a lot. We might see fails. We might.
Yeah, this is probably the harder map of the pool. Like, even if you're good at long nose, that seems to be the harder one.
Hey, it's the last map, and surprisingly, it's my map. Wow.
Totally not BS.
It's totally not just because I'm a Mappools selector, right? This is going to be Glitch Nerds by Camellia Overloaded. And right off the bat, we have a lot of jacks. It just makes it so hard to control. These jacks span at a BPM of 140, 1-2s, and just all these rhythms just coming together just create these rolls and polyrhythms. Man, it's really hard to control in the end, and I just don't expect anyone to go above 98 above this. I mean, for this map, because it's just so hard to get good accuracy on it. So this map introduces 1.6, 1.8, 1.12. So for 1.12, you will have 420 BPM streams. Haha, joke. So yeah, this map introduces even more SVs too, so yeah, that's fine. We have an equal amount of rise and LNs here. The LN part will come in at the third chorus. So for the first chorus, it's just going to be a lot of rolls left and right, just tons of SVs that will mess you up. Well, for these SVs, I don't think they are too hard if you're sight reading it, just because they are structured in such a way that it is quite easy to sight read. So yeah, 420 BPM streams going left and right for the 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, and just going back and forth. So yeah, what do you think about this one?
I mean, I'm not a particular fan of this track from Camellia, I'm sorry, but in general it seems like you have a little bit of everything on this map, like pretty much what the Tiebreaker needs, and the SVs look really fun. Like, they are really fast, like they don't give you an opportunity to catch up if you just miss once, but I think that's fine in general. Like the piece of the music, or it's just asking for it a little bit. It's like I don't know, like the SVs, I'm not a fan of these choices, but I understand how they work. I think this is fine. Like, not the best of the fans on this, sadly, but it's just mostly BS because I don't like the song too much.
Oh man, you don't like Camellia?
I don't get me wrong. I like some of the songs from Camellia, but this one in particular is like, okay, it doesn't hurt, but I'm not a fan of it.
Oh man, heartbroken.
Sorry, Sen.
So we're just going to go into the second chorus, which is going to be the exact thing as the first chorus, except I just flipped it horizontally. Fun fact. This whole thing is just a copy paste of the first chorus. I did that just because, you know, stamina is going to be really just going to factor in so much here, just because of the jack transitions, the roll transitions. Everything just going to factor in into stamina, and there's a second chorus in here too, which just features a heck ton of LNs. So much LNs.
Oh, that is something. Oh.
So yeah, the thing about that section is that I put a bump SV at the start of every 1-1 measure, so such that, you know, it kind of speeds up on average.
It gives you like less reaction time to the long notes. It's barely noticeable though, but I imagine if you're playing it, you'll definitely notice.
Yeah, it's going to kind of affect the player's accuracy just because they have to read slightly faster and press slightly earlier. So yeah, outro, even more of these patterns. I don't think these patterns like change too much. The thing about nailing this map would be the 140 BPM, you know, jacks, 1-2 jacks here, which is quite hard to nail if you don't have enough speed for it.
Yeah, and I can imagine people being really, really tired at this point already, like being close to the end with all this jacking, the physically demand that you need to achieve those properly. I can see a lot of people dropping near the end, dropping the ball. If we actually get to see a tiebreaker, because so far we only saw once a tiebreaker.
I really do hope someone will, you know, get the tiebreaker. But yeah, that will be it for the Mappools showcase.
Yep, that's it for the Mappools showcase. That was Glitch Nurse, the tiebreaker. And with that being said, I believe we still have one more thing to do before closing the stream. But I will need the tournament staff to confirm, I think.
Elevator music.
Yep. I believe we have to do a recap. I'm not too sure. But in any case, I'll like to see if Deadbeat is available for it. So if he is hearing that, he will likely be here soon. So for the recap, we will likely just talk about what happened today. We won't be talking about the Mappools showcase. Like, we could talk a little bit with Evening about it, but I think we pretty much nailed it already. So we're just going to talk a little bit about the previous matches we had this weekend, particularly just today because there were 4.